Most exciting destination in all of northern Wisconsin. LCO Casino Lodge and Convention Center, Hayward. LCO.
Hello, I'm Kimberly, and welcome to the Native News Update. It's Friday, March 16th. Many of the stories you hear here can be found at IndianCountryTV.com. And here's the news for today from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. The National Indian Gaming Association says the 2018 Indian Gaming Tradeshow and Convention exhibit hall will be the largest to date with over 350 exhibiting companies. The event, which will be located in Las Vegas, Nevada for the first time on April 17th through the 20th, is just over a month away, but the number of exhibiting companies and the size of the show floor has already surpassed the previous year's final numbers.
Hello, this is Chairman Ernie Stevens Jr. with the National Indian Gaming Association, inviting you to join us at this year's trade show and convention. We're excited to host this year's trade show in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. With so much planned from education to special events to exhibits, this year's event is on track to be the largest and most exciting as well. We look forward to having you join us as we serve our nations April 17th through the 20th to celebrate self-reliance at the Las Vegas Convention Center. This year's conference provides new education focused on what we need to succeed and to keep you up to date on today's changing gaming landscape. And the education continues onto the trade show floor with 400 plus vendors, showcasing new products, innovation, and technology to improve your casino's floor profitability. Don't miss this opportunity to come together and celebrate a strong tradition of success. Be sure to register today. Early rates are in effect through March 16th. Until we meet in Las Vegas, let's keep moving forward in Indian gaming.
In addition to 2 days of exhibits, the 2018 Indian Gaming Trade Show and Convention will also host 70-plus hours of education sessions, certifications and training, 3 golf tournaments, the Chairman's Welcome Reception and Chairman's Luncheon, and hours of special events and networking. For more information, you can check out IndianGamingTradeshow.com. Nokie Edwards, universally recognized as one of the world's premier guitarists and members of the internationally acclaimed instrumental group The Ventures, has passed away on March 12th at the age of 82. Nokie is known for his innovative guitar sound and credited for such hit songs as Hawaii Five-0, Surf Rider aka Spudnik, and Wipeout. Nokie won Best Instrumental Recording at the 12th Annual Native American Music Awards for his solo instrumental effort Hitchin' a Ride. The Native American Music Association at the 13th Annual Awards Ceremony also honored him with a Hall of Fame induction. Nokie first joined Don Wilson and Rob Bogle to form The Ventures in 1959. These surf rock icons became the #1 instrumental band in the world and were considered a phenomenon in the music business. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2008. And to date, The Ventures recorded over 350 albums and sold over 100 million albums worldwide. As a solo artist, Nokie has recorded over 24 solo albums and has been a guest performer on a dozen CD recordings by various artists. He also performed on the soundtrack for the movie Pulp Fiction and appeared as an actor in the HBO series Deadwood. Washington Governor Jay Inslee signed into law a bill aimed at shedding light on the cases of missing and murdered Native American women. Supporters of the new law say Native American women are victims of homicide at rates many times the national average, and they have high rates of disappearances, but the exact numbers aren't known because there is no comprehensive reporting system. The new law is a modest first step. It directs the Washington State Patrol to work with tribes, local law enforcement, and the Department of Justice. The goal is to understand how to increase resources for reporting and identify missing Native American women. The legislation directs the State Patrol to report back to the legislature with its findings by June 1st, 2019. Bernie LaSarte is the recipient of the 2017 FBI Director's Community Leadership Award for the Salt Lake City Division in Utah. LaSarte is the founder of the Coeur d'Alene Tribe's Stop Violence Against Women program, which aims to end a cycle of violence, sexual assault, elder abuse, stalking, and bullying through education, intervention, and developing partnerships within the community. The program provides critical and much-needed services for American Indian women who, according to LaSarte, are beaten 3 times more than women of any other race in this country. Since 1990, the DCLA has been a principal means for the FBI to publicly recognize the achievements of individuals and organizations for their contributions to crime and violence education and prevention within their communities. In addition to the award, LaSarte will travel to Washington, D.C. in April to attend a formal ceremony which honors all the DCLA recipients selected by each of the 56 FBI field offices. For 12,000 years, the Lummi Nation has called the Salish Sea home and a deep spiritual connection to the orcas. In a bid to free the last orca caught in Penn Cove waters, the Lummi Nation spoke of the 1855 Point Elliott Treaty and the cultural significance of the killer whales at a press conference in Miami, Florida on March 13th. Tokitai, also known as Lolita, is the only survivor of whale wrangling from the 1970s that legally took place in the Northwest waters until federal laws prohibited their capture in 1976. Tokitai has outlived all the captured orcas that were sold to various aquariums. The 22-foot, 52-year-old orca performs 2 shows a day, 7 days a week, and lives in a pool that is 48 feet wide and 20 feet deep at the Miami Sea Aquarium. She is the last of her kind to swim around in a cramped tank, deprived of a life in the ocean and natural waterways, all for a crowd to marvel at her majesty. The Lummi Nation is in support of a long-standing retirement plan created by the Orca Network. The plan involves transferring Tokitai to a seaside sanctuary near Orcas Island and an ancient Lummi village in the same body of water still frequented by her family, the Alpod, and teaching her to fend for herself and eventually releasing her back into the wild. Miami Sea Aquarium officials announced it has no intention of releasing Lolita. The Lummi plan to keep the pressure on with a 27-day, 9,000-mile Tokitai totem pole journey that will end in Miami at the end of May. And that's another roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. I'd like to thank you for joining me. Have a grand day.